Hello everyone and welcome back to our weekly Lunch and Learn. Thank you guys for coming back. If you're new, thank you for joining us today. I do want to apologize, we did miss a week last week. We had some stuff come up and weren't able to do our Lunch and Learn, but we're back. And we got some super exciting news to share with you guys. And you guys that are subscribed to our YouTube channel and watching this right now are getting the first sneak peek of this exciting news. We haven't shown this anywhere else yet, so this is exclusive for YouTube.
I haven't seen it yet either.
There you go, brand new. So what we're showing you today is a brand new drone lineup that HSE is offering by Harris Aerial. This is a lineup of some incredible aircraft with just really unique technology that really nobody else in the market is offering, with really interesting power systems and solutions, incredible flight times and payload capabilities. And let's just go ahead and jump in and I'll show you that right now. So we'll share this. This is on our website and we're on our hse-uav.com website. I'm gonna go ahead and jump into our heavy lift and logistics drones. And you may see a few new items here. So let's go ahead and open that up. There it is.
And Simon.
Yeah.
I just want to say, if anybody has any questions, throw them in the chat. I'll keep an eye on that for us and bring them to your attention.
Absolutely, yeah. Again, put them in the chats. And if you're watching this later when we're not live, you can always contact us from our website. We have our phone number right at the top of the screen here. And you can also use the chat box at the bottom right, or you can just email us. You'll find a way to contact us. We'll get back to you right away if we're not live. But again, the beauty of a live stream is you can ask questions right to your right in the YouTube box, and we'll answer them right away. So these are some new aircraft that we're offering right away by Harris Aerial. They're a U.S. company, actually fairly local to us, which is really, really cool, that we're partnered with and offering their systems. And they have some incredibly interesting and unique payload drones and power systems for payload drones that I haven't seen anywhere else. And I'm really excited to show you guys. So I want to go ahead and jump in with the first one here, which is really interesting. So this is the Carrier H6 Hybrid HE+, which stands for High Efficiency Plus. Let's go ahead and click on that. And all of these aircraft are designed as payload drones, meaning that they can carry a wide variety of payload systems. And we've added some of the payloads onto our website, and I'll show you those in a minute. And there's a lot more coming for these aircraft as well. But the H6 Hybrid HE Plus is super interesting because this is a gasoline-electric hybrid drone. This means there's really no need for charging batteries. Battery chargers, generators for charging batteries. You just fill it up with fuel and go. And the flight time on this is out of this world, John. I mean, when you see this, you're going to be blown away by
it. I'm having to go look on YouTube because ours is frozen.
Oh, okay.
Which is fine because I've just been like checking YouTube and making sure that
here, let me double check here.
So.
We're good. You guys are going to see
Hank's
this
here.
Too.
Hey, Hank. Good afternoon.
Yeah, the stream looks good here. I think everything is working properly. It says we have an excellent connection, so I think we're all right. Yeah. So we'll keep an eye on it.
I think it's just an internal thing, so.
Yeah, no problem. And guys, if you are having any issues with the stream, please let us know. We'll work on fixing it.
Yes, please.
Anyway, this is the H6 Hybrid HE+. This is, I think, one of the coolest drones on the market right now, and I'm so excited to be able to offer it because this is an under 55-pound payload drone, meaning that there's no special exemptions required. You can fly this with a normal Part 107 commercial drone operator certificate. It can carry up to 13 pounds of payload. So that's a pretty significant payload for an under 55-pound aircraft. But the most impressive thing is the flight time and the fact that it doesn't use batteries. This is a gasoline electric hybrid drone. You can get up to 5 hours of flying time on this drone. 5 hours.
5 hours?
5 hours. Now, of course, the flight time will vary based on the amount of payload that you carry, but that is its maximum flight time, and it's unbelievable. So here we can have there's actually a description here that explains a little bit more how this works. So the Carrier H6 Hybrid HE Plus is equipped with the H2400 generator, which provides 2400 watts of continuous power. So it's converting gasoline into electric power and actually powering the rotors on a traditional multi-rotor system. The recommended payload is about 4 kilograms or 8 pounds and 9 pounds, which will allow for 2.5 hours of flight time with an 8.5 pound payload. So with a substantial payload, I mean, that is a pretty big payload for this size aircraft, you get 2.5 hours of flight time.
Wow, so that was an 8.5 pound payload and 2.5 hours of flight time.
Correct, which is amazing. So I've seen some examples of this system, and we're going to be adding a lot of videos soon on this. So please keep, like I said, you guys are getting the first sneak peek of this. There's a lot more media coming. But I've seen some videos of this aircraft doing a LiDAR scanning mission for a property, and they were able to do 700 acres scanned in a single flight. Wow. 700 acres. I mean, that's truly unheard of with just about any other kind of system. I mean, it's unbelievable. Even fixed wing aircraft can't do that type of area. And the type of flight time that this gets is incredible. And with a 6 kg payload, which is about 13 pounds, you'll get about 1.5 hours of flight time, which is still way beyond. I mean, we're not even on the same realm as basically any other battery-powered aircraft. So with a 13-pound payload, you still get 1.5 hours of flight time. If you're running a very, very light payload, for example, let's say you're doing multispectral imaging and you're running maybe a red edge multispectral camera that's very light, you can likely get 4 hours, maybe up to 5 hours of flight time on this system. Again, the payload is what determines your flight time on any aircraft. But this is incredible. I mean, the type of flight time that you get with this is, you just don't see it anywhere else. And you guys can see, here's a close-up look of the generator system. This is the gasoline generator that converts the power from fuel to electric. So it is a single-cylinder gas engine. It does run with, it is a 2-stroke motor, so it uses mixed fuel. And what I love about this system is Harris Aerial designs and manufactures their entire aircraft in the United States. And again, they're local to us. They're basically down the street from us. We love these guys. They do some incredible systems, and the quality is absolutely top-notch on these aircraft. Probably some of the best quality I've seen on any multi-rotor drones. And again, they're very unique in terms of the technology and power systems that they use. So we're super excited to bring them on as a partner and be able to sell their aircraft as well. So you can see some photos here. This is, again, there's a lot of different sensors that these aircraft can be equipped with. We're working on adding the sensors to our website. In this case, this is equipped, I believe, with a multispectral sensor, but you can add gimbals, thermal cameras, zoom cameras, LiDARs, multispectral. There's a lot of options out there. We're also working on some potential options for this for quick release payloads, for delivery systems. And again, with the flight time that this gets, the range is pretty amazing. So you guys can see some more photos. This is how it folds up. So the folding mechanism on this is really interesting. It folds up incredibly small. And what you can't see in this picture is actually the landing gear folds up as well. So you can fold the landing gear too. So it folds up very, very small. Any questions, John? Yeah.
No questions yet, but I just wanted to say for anybody who's just hopping into our Lunch and Learn today, we're actually going over a new manufacturer product line by Harris Aerial, and Simon is introducing it to us. It's actually, I mean, I've heard a little bit about it. I knew it was coming, and I'm just as excited as everybody else here watching, I hope. So if you have questions, please throw them in the chat, and we'll get them over to Simon, because I know I have a few. So if you have some, let us go and answer them for you.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you, guys. And again, any questions, please ask away. I'm sure there will be a lot more coming up with these aircraft, but the hybrid drone's not the only drone that we're bringing on by Harris. So there's quite a few other models too. So I want to show you those as well. Let's go back. And guys, if you want to learn more, again, we've just added these to our site in just the last couple of days. We're adding a lot more information in the next week or so. But please go ahead and visit our site, hse-uav.com. If you go to our heavy lift platform drones in the top here, under drones, heavy lift and logistics, you'll find all these aircraft listed there. And there's a few more here that I want to show you guys. So as you guys saw, we have the H6 Hybrid, HE Plus. That's probably my favorite drone out of the bunch, just because of the flight time that it gets. It's just, I mean, it's class leading and then some in terms of flight time. But we do have a couple other models that are super impressive. The H6HL is very, very interesting platform as well. So this is let's call it a super heavy lift drone. This aircraft has a 90 pound payload. So almost 100 pounds of payload.
Wow.
And I believe you can get up to 20 or 25 minutes of flight. I'll verify that. Flight time, even with a full payload, which is incredible for something this size. I saw this in person last week. This thing, the pictures don't do it justice. It is absolutely enormous. These propellers that you see here, they're a 40-inch span on the props. I mean, we're talking about, this, let me back up a little more, this big on the props. To give you an idea, our largest spraying drone, which carries 55, almost 60 pounds, has 30-inch blades. So these are 10 inches bigger, just the propellers.
Wow.
And even the motor, everything about this is just industrial and absolutely massive. This, again, is designed to carry a lot of different types of payloads. This does have the ability to have a quick-release payload. They have an industrial quick-release payload available for it. Or it can carry very large sensors, so industrial cinema-style cameras, very large LiDAR systems, so on and so forth. This is the drone you want if you need to carry class-leading payload weights. This is pretty much the best option on the market for carrying very large payloads. So it's got 90 pounds of payload capability. It has 300 pounds of available thrust from the motors, which is insane. And again, it's manufactured in the U.S., built in the U.S. All of their machining and carbon fiber cutting and everything is done right here locally to us, which is amazing. Incredible platform.
We do have a quick question, Simon.
Absolutely.
Is the landing gear retractable? I know you mentioned it was, I think it can fold up, but I don't know about retractable.
That's a great question. So it's retractable in the sense that it can be manually retracted. It's not automatically retractable, but I'll ask these guys about that. They may have something available for retractable landing gears as well.
Like flip at a switch back in the
so that it can go
RC
up.
days.
Right, exactly. And that is useful for certain camera functions if you want a 360 degree unobstructed view all the way around.
Yeah, I think the Matrice does that, right? One of them will do that.
There's definitely some platforms out there that have those capabilities.
Yeah, we'll find out. Good question.
We've had some aircraft from TTA in the past that did that. So I'll ask about that. I'm sure that's probably something that they've dabbled with in the past. So I'll see if that's available. The standard configuration for the landing gear is collapsible for transport. And again, you can see some photos here. This is kind of what it looks like with the arms folded up, and it does pack down for the size of the aircraft. It packs down so small. When the landing gear is folded up, it's like a pancake. It's actually quite small for the size of the aircraft once it's all folded. The latching mechanisms that these guys use for the arms and the landing gear are absolutely beautiful. From a technical perspective, when I see those things, it really makes me happy to see a really, really, really well-designed mechanical locking system for the arms, and it worked. It's so smooth. I mean, and you guys are going to start seeing demos on these very soon. But just the latching mechanisms for the arms are very, very easy to use and smooth. You guys can see some of the battery configuration options. This aircraft can use up to 8 30 amp hour batteries. So, I mean, it's got some monster batteries available. It's absolutely insane. Again, you can see they have a mechanism that can slide the batteries in and out easily. This is kind of interesting. This is coming for all the aircraft too. This is a graph of flight time versus payload weight. So you can see with with a 40 kg payload, which is almost 90 pounds, we'll get a little under 20 minutes of flight time. And as you go down on the payload weight, you can see how the flight time can increase. So that's really, really interesting. So with with a 20 kg payload, which is about 45 pounds, to keep that in perspective, you'll get about 30 minutes of flight time. That's excellent for a 45 pound, 50 pound payload. That is really, really good. And of course, the flight time goes up from there depending on the payload weight. You can see some designs here and how it's made. This is a 6-rotor design, which is kind of interesting. It just has some very large motors and rotors to keep it in the air. Again, you can find more information here. You can see the specifications here as well. Some super impressive specs on this. It's over 3 meters across, to give you an idea of the size of this 3 yards across. It's pretty massive.
I can't wait to get over there, and when it's demo day, can't wait. It's gonna be fun.
So I do want to show you guys this. This is kind of the smallest aircraft that's offered, and also the least expensive. And the pricing on this is coming out very soon. We're going to have the ability. We'll have all the pricing up in just a couple days, really. But you can request a quote online here. We'll get right back to you with pricing on these aircraft as well. This is the Hx8 Efficiency. Kind of an interesting design. It's a 4-arm rotor, but with 8 rotors. So it has 2 motors per arm, counter-rotating on each arm. This is also an under 55-pound payload drone. This is an electric-only platform, but it can carry a lot more weight than the hybrid drone. So this one can carry up to 18 pounds of payload, which is really impressive for an under 55-pound aircraft. I mean, keep that in mind. It's under 55 pounds, with the batteries and everything, it can still carry 18 pounds and be under 55 pounds.
That's amazing, actually.
It's very,
when you think about it.
Like I said, these guys have some incredible engineering behind these systems, and the components and the materials and quality of what they use is great. You can tell that this entire aircraft is designed to be as lightweight as possible. Even the carbon fiber canopy that's actually used to secure the batteries as well on this is incredibly lightweight, and the quality is absolutely, the fit and finish is absolutely beautiful. Probably the best I've seen on any drone, to be honest. Very, very, very well-made systems. This aircraft is completely carbon, even the props, to be as lightweight as possible, to be able to carry as much weight as possible while remaining under the 55-pound FAA limit. So you guys can see some pictures here of what this looks like. This one, actually, you can see on this photo, this has a 360-degree obstacle avoidance LiDAR on top. It actually spins for a 360-degree LiDAR obstacle avoidance. That is an option on these aircraft as well. Like I said, we're working on a lot more specs and options for these aircraft. You can see kind of what this looks like, fully folded up. It's like a pancake. You can see some more photos of this here. You can see how the canopy opens up. Very, very, very cool system. Just incredibly well designed.
So, Simon, the flight time on when we're looking at the specs, is that with no payload or with payload or full payload?
Oh, hold on, let me go back here. Let's see. The flight time, I think this one's listed with payload. Let me see specs. Yeah, 25 to 30 minutes, I believe, is with payload.
With a full payload.
Yeah.
That's good to know.
Yeah,
so
very good.
If you got a lower payload, you may get to fly a little longer.
That's right. And you always get more flight time with less payload, but again, the payload weight that these drones can carry is pretty class-leading for their size.
Oh, yeah.
And the last one I want to show you guys, this is probably the most interesting one. This is really unique. I mean, this is the only system I've seen of this kind on any drone, and there's more images coming soon. This is just a teaser. This is called the Carrier H6 High Drone. You may be wondering, well, what is this big tank on top? This is a hydrogen-powered drone. So this is a hydrogen-powered electric drone. It has a fuel cell on board that converts hydrogen to electricity. So again, this aircraft, like a hybrid system, does not require the use of batteries. This one runs on hydrogen. So this one gets a little bit less flight time than the hybrid system, but it's still incredibly impressive. So up to 2.5 hours of flight time. And a maximum payload is 5 kg or about 11 pounds, and you'll get an hour and a half of flight time. So it's still incredible flight time. Now, the beauty of this over the hybrid is, the gas hybrid is there's no noise. So you don't have a gas engine on board to create noise. So this is super quiet and very unintrusive for missions that require that. And just like the gas-electric hybrid model, there's no need to recharge batteries. On this, you have to refill the tanks, but you can swap the hydrogen tanks very rapidly. So there's no need to have multiple batteries, multiple chargers, generators to operate chargers, and so on and so forth. These two drones, the Hx8 hybrid, and the hybrid drone, eliminate the need for charging batteries. And John, you know as well as I do, charging batteries is the least fun part about drones, especially for commercial operations where you might need to be able to fly nonstop.
Yeah, I'm laughing because my little drone that I use, I'm having some battery issues.
Yeah, it'd be nice if you could just top it off with gas, right?
Right, I know.
Now, the hybrid systems
cool.
do also have a battery backup on board, and I was discussing with some of the engineers at Harris, the hybrids, the H6 Hybrid HE Plus, they have a small lithium battery on board as a backup battery, and I believe they said they can get I think 2 to 3 minutes of flight time on the battery alone, so that's actually a pretty impressive emergency backup battery flight time. I thought that was super impressive. So that if for some reason the generator stops or it runs out of fuel, even though it does have a fuel gauge on it and everything, it'll actually still be able to land safely. And that's so important on all of these aircraft because the types of sensors that these are designed to carry are pretty expensive. You know, you really need to have the best reliability possible. So let's talk about the sensors real quick. Let's go up to the cameras and sensors here under accessories.
Hey, Simon, I'm going to ask a question.
Sure.
For fear of sounding not too smart.
Oh, no, there's no such thing.
Because I don't know if anybody else is thinking this, but you mentioned you can take the tanks off and replace them. Mm-hmm. How do you refill them?
How do you refill them?
This is a different kind of
right.
drone than anything I've ever seen.
So the gas electric hybrid, you just top it off with fuel. It's like,
I got that
it's like
one.
Filling up
I got that.
a lawnmower. The
Yes.
hydrone is a little different.
That one.
So I know there's the ability to do like a cylinder exchange type of program, kind of like a similar to like a barbecue propane tank, right?
Okay.
For lack of a better term. However, the types of tanks that are used in those drones are pretty specific. They're carbon fiber, very lightweight tanks, so they have to be shipped to a supplier that can do that. Okay. But I know that the team is working on an on-site hydrogen generator or a refueling station, for lack of a better term, that you can use on-site, which is really interesting. Yeah. So these are some of the sensors that are available for these drones. Now, these aircraft were really designed from the get-go for imaging, right? So we have a lot of different imaging types
Simon,
of sensors.
I'm so
questions?
Real quick. Dilbert hopped in. He said he missed the beginning, and he's asking if they're American-made. Do you want to cover what we're doing real quick, or you want me to catch him up?
I'll catch him up real quick.
All right,
hey,
let's
Dilbert,
go.
Thanks for joining. These new aircraft are absolutely American-made. These are American-engineered and manufactured aircraft. These are designed for heavy payload use, and you guys can check them out under the drone section in the Heavy Lift and Logistics tab on our website. And we're just getting into some of the... and Delbert, by the way, this will post after we go live as well, so you can go back and rewatch it when we're done.
Thank you.
So here are some of the sensors. Again, these aircraft were kind of designed for imaging, meaning there's so much type of imaging options out there for drones, but multispectral for agriculture, LiDAR for surveying. We have gimbals for cinematic imaging and cameras. And you guys can see some of those options here. There's quite a few different options. GeoQ is a very popular option for LiDAR imaging. This is used for surveying. The Altium sensor is great for multispectral imaging and ag. We have a lot of different gimbal options by Gremsy, which is top of the line quality gimbals. And these are all already have integration options for all of the Harris drones that I just showed you. These can carry all sorts of different types of cameras and sensors. You guys can take a look at the Gremsy website too. They have a lot of information on there, as well as compatible cameras. We also have options. Oh, this image isn't working. We have options for kind of all-in-one thermal and zoom cameras. So this is the ViewPro Q30. This is a thermal camera with a 640 resolution, along with I believe a 30 or 20x zoom IR camera. So pretty incredible system. Yeah, 30x zoom Sony camera and a infrared thermal camera as well. So there's a lot of options for sensors on these drones. We're also looking at other types of payloads as well. For example, release systems, quick release systems, slow release systems, etc. So we're looking to make these this new lineup of drones basically our all-inclusive payload drones. You know, whatever you need to carry, these can carry. There's a huge line of payload capabilities, from the smallest one to the largest, you know, up to almost 100 pounds of payload. Or if you need crazy flight time, you can go with the hybrid and get, you know, 4 hours of flight time out of it. It's very versatile is what I'm trying to get at. And they're incredibly well made. Harris has been around for quite a while building aircraft for these types of sensors. Some of the sensors that they carry and jobs that they do, they're using sensors that might cost $200,000. And these drones are designed to be incredibly reliable. They have a reputation to do so. So, you know, again, I can't stress enough how well made and beautiful these aircraft are, and I can't wait to show you guys them in one of our upcoming demos. So guys, I always say this, but you guys got to make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any future videos. We are going to start doing demos and showcasing these aircraft up close very soon. And we're going to be adding more and more media and photos and videos to our website as well. Again, I wanted to thank you guys again because, remember, John, I mentioned earlier, you guys are getting a sneak peek of this. We haven't shown this to anybody else yet. We've just added this stuff to the website. So I just wanted to thank you guys again.
Thank you, Simon, for showing it to us. It's pretty exciting. I can't wait. So, guys, don't forget to join us every Tuesday at noon for the Lunch and Learn here at HSC. You can find us at hsc-uav.com. We're available on the chat there on the website. Yeah. And, Simon, the number is 309...
309-361-7656. You can see it right up here. You can call us anytime.
There it is. And may the 4th be with you, right?
Yes, that's right. Thanks, John. Thanks, guys, again for joining us. We will be on next week again, and we'll see you guys next time. Thanks again, guys.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.